Okay, Logan, look, mate, you're clearly very quick. There's no doubt about that, I don't think. But there's just something I feel like it's letting you down a little bit right now. And I think it's just a misunderstanding, if I'm honest with you, mate. You're going to laugh when you hear about it. But see this black stuff we're standing on? That's the track. And you really do need to try and stay on it as much as you possibly can. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Kicking Haas. Today we have the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort and it's a track that I'm hopeful will suit our cars. Now, there's only been sort of the 4 days gap between the end of the Belgium race where we did well with Magnussen, not so much with Sargeant, and free practice starting here. So there's not been too much to catch you up on, but there is a little bit. If we go to cars and car development, you can see over on the other side there, we are researching front wing and underfloor for next season. That is because we've got, we did have our research time sort of restocked after the Belgian race, so that's happening for next year. Now we've already done a little bit of work on the car chassis, but that wasn't with any wind tunnel time or anything, so it's something better than nothing. But yeah, we'll just kind of see how that goes. And I mean, that is more or less everything that has happened in that short period. Now if we go and have a look at drivers, Jack Crawford has picked himself up a development point, so we'll go and stick that on control here, which is his lowest thing. So that is that done. But there's nothing else is really happening with the 1 week turnaround. So yeah, we might as well have a look at the track and get two things here. Zandvoort, we're expecting a wet qualifying or wet Saturday. Doesn't necessarily mean it will be qualifying, so that's interesting. We can see the track there for qualifying. The sectors: red sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3. Sections by speed. We can see it's twisty. We know our car is good in corners, so I'm really hopeful this weekend is going to be a good one for us. We can see there what is essential for the car. Time considerations: 28-second pit stop, so it's a long one. So that makes maybe an extra stop a little bit more unlikely. There is the 2-stop option though, so we'll bear that in mind as well. Compound performance, we can see there it's not a massive drop off, and there's about half a second a lap difference between the soft and hard tires, so we'll again see how that goes. Last year's race here, if I remember correctly, was an absolute disaster. Sargeant 2 laps down in 15th, and I ended up just retiring the K-Mag car because he was that far off. It was a wet race and I kept putting the wrong tires on and it was just a disaster. I do remember it. I still have nightmares about it, I think. So yeah, there we go. That is that. Verstappen has won the 2 races that have been held here, so let's hope we can end that for him this weekend, though Red Bull are so good, I just struggle to see it. Qualifying targets, so 1 in the top 12. We should be reaching Q3, so we'll go for all 3 of those. Finishing position of 2 in the top 12. Fastest lap of the race. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. And finishing streak, so we need 2 cars in the top 14. Qualifying streak, we need 1 car in the top 14, and that, if we're not doing it, is an absolute disaster as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, not much of a preview for the race, but let's go and get 2 things here. So confirmation of the weather, we'll see what happens when we get to qualifying. Hopefully it's not going to be too wet, but we'll see you for it anyway. Okay, so free practice is done, and I think we might be right in this race. Now, both cars have newer engine parts, more so on Magnussen's car than Sargeant's. FP1, you can see Sargeant was there in 9th, Crawford was down there in 16th, but like I say, that car has got a lot of work to have done on it yet. FP2, Sargeant was 7th, K-Mag jumped in the car and was 14th. And then if we go down to FP3, Sargeant was 6th. You can see there's a few penalties around us as well. And Magnussen was down there in 14th. So, like I say, I think we are right in this race. Now, I do just need to fix a few things here. Let's revert back to his highest setup confidence. And we need to go and change some things back on the cars. So you can kind of see here, you get a rough idea of what was old on the cars. So that should be worth a little bit of time for Sargeant, and K-Mag's car was even more so just sort of hanging. it was blowing smoke, I think, K-Mag's car, but he still did a decent job. And yeah, so that is all excellent news. The gearbox, Jesus, that only just made it, didn't it? So there we go. That is everything done. FP1, sorry, Q1, I should say. Famous last word, should be an absolute breeze. So let's hope I don't get made eat those words. So yeah, not a problem in the world. 1 lap each, and 4th and 7th, so that is excellent. The Red Bulls are absolutely flying, and Leclerc popped in a good lap as well. So yeah, it's 3rd best car. Of course, Mercedes are a little ways further down, so that's obviously a good thing for us. But let's do Q2 now.
Ready, check.
And the start of Q2 and the rain has arrived. So we're going to go out. We're going to do a banker lap, hopefully before it gets too wet. Track is now dry. Oh, it's going to be one of those, isn't it?
Just watch out.
Could we have got a lap in on a dry tire? You know what? Maybe we could have. And it's going to start raining. And is this going to be a little bit of a stuff up on our part? The rain is there now. And, well, let's see. Is anybody else going to get a lap in on dry tires? And if they are, we're in some serious trouble here. Ignore. Hopefully both cars are coming in. We're expecting more rain in a minute. So Sainz and Alonso haven't necessarily gone any faster. It's a bit choppy here. Apologies for that, as constantly we're getting things changing. What are we expecting the rain to do here? So is that it? We're not expecting any rain anymore? So it looks as though it's going to dry out a little bit here. But that's the track right now is going up. I don't know what to expect from this. So what I think we might do, it's getting wetter and wetter. Well, I don't know what to do here, if I'm honest. Okay, well, we'll just stick another inter on. And that track's not drying out, is it, anytime soon? So the track is just getting wetter and wetter. 5 minutes to go. Starting to dry up a little bit now. I do think we probably, if we'd gone straight out on a dry tyre, I think we would have got away with it. But obviously we didn't do that. And everybody's going out now for a lap. We'll send them both out just in case track conditions do improve. But I'm not expecting them to improve enough. Let's have a look at some sector times here. And it looks as though we should be okay here. I mean, everybody's going faster. As Verstappen has a spin in front of his home crowd. That'll get the cheers going, won't it? So this is on board with Sargeant. Sargeant pops himself up to 6th. And K-Mag will come across the line. Last car to do so. He'll stay 4th. So we have successfully negotiated Q2. A tricky one, that. So there we go. 4th and 6th in the end. Alonso's taking and Bottas are both taking penalties. So we can sort of exclude them from the top 10 here. Verstappen is out. Max Verstappen is out of qualifying. Now, he was absolutely daylight ahead of us. That is a massive, massive bonus. He'll start well down in this one. And let's see if we can now get another front row start for one, if not both cars here. Okay, so we are riding on board with Kevin Magnussen. The track is now dry. We've got Sargeant just in front of us there that we can see. And we are currently sitting 3rd and 4th. Let's go to double speed so it doesn't take forever to do the lap. Let's have a look. I'm imagining with the track having been wet, there's going to be a lot of people doing faster sector times. Perez has done a purple. Leclerc is going slower. Sargent's green. Magnussen's green. Can we pop a Haas onto the front row ahead of one of the Ferraris? Magnussen maybe a little close, is he, to Sargeant here? Ideally, he'd be a little bit further back, and there's a car in front of Sargeant. Looks like a Mercedes that might be holding them both up. Sargeant is down to 5th. Both drivers have done a yellow middle sector. I'm worried we're a little bit too close to the cars in front here. We've done Sargeant and Magnussen 3rd and 5th. We will start the race. So there we go. That's not the end of the one. Oh, look how close it was between K-Mag and Leclerc. I do wonder if we were just, the gaps weren't quite right. But anyway, that's where we'll start. Very strong positions. And perhaps crucially, of course, both cars ahead of both Mercedes. Now, what do we want to do here? Do we want to do the one? I mean, it has to be a one-stop, doesn't it? Soft, hard. Soft, hard, potentially soft at the end. I don't know that we're quick enough to do that. I don't know that we need to risk doing that. Do we do a medium hard with Sargeant? Because his tyre management isn't quite as good. I think I like that. And then maybe with K-Mag, we look to be that little bit more aggressive again. And try and get to the end on soft hard. And, be as racy as we can at the start. So I think we'll do that. We'll get our ERS onto deploy. We might... no, because we're already starting at the front. So let's not push the tyres too much. Although we do have a little bit of extra tyre life with Sargeant. So, why does it keep doing that? It's so annoying. That's the setup we qualified with, which is what I find really frustrating. That should be locked in. Anyway, let's go do this race. Okay, welcome back. We've got the Haasers. There we are there on this side of the track. And let's see what sort of a start we get. It looks as though it's a fairly even mix of soft and medium tyres. And if Sargeant can get a good start on the medium, he is, of course, going a little bit longer here. The benefit we might get, as Magnussen has lost out to one of the Ferraris, Carlos Sainz there, I think it is. Can he get him back up the inside here? Oh, this is corner. It's hectic in real life too, isn't it, that corner? Let's go double speed here. And let's jump on board with K-Mag. It's like some NASCAR racing at the front here, 2x2. And, oh, can he hang it around the outside? He's on the wrong side here, isn't he? If he can keep a nose in, though, he's got the inside now. And that might be some Urs deployment that's got him back up to third there. We've got Perez in the Red Bull. Verstappen is down in 13th, let's not forget. So he's a long way back. Mercedes watch, Hamilton 6th, Russell 9th. So it is looking good on that front as well. Can we go and stick one on? No, on Perez there. If we look at what tyres everybody is on, K-Mag is the first of the soft tyre runners. He really does need to get some moves done, doesn't he? Make advantage of these tyres where he can. And it's about a 50-50 split. I thought more people might start on the medium. But, yeah, a lot of soft tyre runners. And K-Mag has got one. Is he going to get the second Ferrari down the... Oh, he's locked up. K-Mag, keep it out of the wall, mate. It was going so well. And he's going to end up almost in last. And that is essentially race over. Let's take a look at the replay. For K-Mag. He's going to have to be... Oh, he just got excited, didn't he? Down the outside of the Ferrari. Did well to keep it out of the wall, but he's going to be 20th. He's going to be behind Verstappen, behind the two Mercedes. And that is really, really going to sting. He is indeed last. Well, Sargeant, go on, mate. I believe in you. Batteries are empty. But we should have DRS now activated. But that is a big, big blow. Not just for this race, but for the constructors as well. Alright, so credit to K-Mag. He is flying back through the field. Can he get a move done here? He's behind Tsunoda in the Williams just now. And Sargeant is keeping up with the front three. He is in this race, if he can keep it on the track. And, well, let's hope my little pep talk pre-race has helped that out. Maybe K-Mag should have been involved in that as well. But he just got excited, K-Mag, didn't he? A little bit too much aggression maybe going down the outside. Locked the wheel. And I can forgive that, going for the race lead. It's frustrating, obviously, but that's not the end of the world. He's got a little bit of free air now. He might even be able to pump in a fastest lap. But still a long, long way back for K-Mag, the points here. So K-Mag is continuing to cut through the field. He's back up to 14th. He's right behind Vettel. He should get him down the front straight here, does he? Not quite. But, yeah, he's really going well. Sargeant is still up there. He's right behind Sainz, who is dropping away from the top two just now. But, given the circumstances of the first lap, I'm going to say it's going well. Multiple cars have crashed. Now, is this a safety car? Both our drivers are okay. It is a safety car. Stop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause, 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 pause. Okay, this is... If we stop now, we're basically committing to a two-stop, aren't we? I'm wondering... So this is okay. This is my train of thought. I'm wondering. So it's basically you're getting more or less a free stop right now. Now, Sargeant, if he was to come in, is going to expect to come out. Where would he come out? Pit options around about 16th. That's assuming that nobody else comes in. But if we put a hard tire on now, and then he'll have a soft tire at the end, which will be sort of his time stop, but he'll be that much faster again at the end. And he'd need to come in about 10 laps or so anyway. I think we leave Sargeant out, but I'm wondering if we bring in K-Mag, his pit window is even sooner, 7 laps, so by the time we get to the end of the safety car period, you might be looking at, 5 or so laps anyway. We bring him in, he will 100, we're committing him to a two-stop by doing this. That is just a fact, but... He's going to be that much faster again at the end with cars on worn tyres. We've already seen him cut through the field once. I think it might benefit him to do this. So let's pit K-Mag, but we'll leave Sargeant out. Okay, so we've seen here Gasly and Verstappen is out. Okay, Sainz and Bottas are pitting. There's a lot of cars coming in here. Verstappen has caused that crash as well. So I'm imagining if you're a soft tyre runner, it doesn't really make sense to stay out at this point. He's come out in 14th, so it's actually worked out fairly well for K-Mag. The mistake might be here should Sargeant have come in, but again, we would be committing him to a 2-stop, and he still has some life left on those tyres. Yeah, it's only really soft-tyred runners that have come in, apart from Ricciardo. Everybody, if you're on a medium tyre, everybody else has stayed out as well, so... Well, we'll find out which is the better strategy here, won't we? Okay, so safety car is in this lap. We're on board with Logan Sargeant. There goes the Ferrari. Is he going to get a jump on Perez here? Not quite. And, well, he just needs to try and stay with them now. They do all kind of need to go a little bit. There's going to be some hard tyre runners behind them. And let's just check in on K-Mag. He is still 14th here. But, look, well, it depends which way the strategy goes, isn't it? I imagine K-Mag, I mean, maybe K-Mag can get to the end. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch. We'll see how that goes for him. Yeah, Logan Sargeant. I can see both sides of this. So, in a way, it's good that we split the strategy because someone should be on the right strategy. But as I've said before, it just means we're kind of guaranteeing someone's also on the wrong strategy. But maybe it is better to hedge our bets in this situation. Mercedes watch Russell 5th, Hamilton 11th. Oh, we've had another competitor crash and another safety car. Another safety car. All right. It is no one. That's not either of our cars. So we do pit, this time, we do pit Sargeant onto a hard tyre. And, well, it's actually really going to hurt him. But he needs to come in now because he's going to be pitting again soon anyway. And what this does mean is that the correct strategy is going to have been K-Mag's one. Come in early up because the field spread is not there now. And he's going to move himself up. Anybody that's going to come in now is going to lose out here. But we weren't to know that at the time, obviously. I'm not quite sure what has happened to cause the safety car. Mick Schumacher is out. So that's probably a pretty good guess, isn't it? Let's see what sort of pit stop we do here. So they have not come in. So the other medium tyre runners are not coming in here, which is borderline ridiculous, really. How much further do they possibly think they can go here? Sargeant comes out in 15th of 17. But, well, this is going to be very, very interesting now. Magnussen could win this. Okay, so safety car is ending. We are 12th and 15th. Both cars are going to go and overtake. We're going to try and get some moves done here nice and early. And this is becoming a bit of a stress. Somebody's coming the pits. Albon's coming the pits. It's becoming a bit of a strange race for strategy now. There's a part of me that says K-Mag should just push on and we'll get him on a set of soft tyres. Because if we look at, Sargeant as well is borderline whether or not he makes it, as Magnussen is putting a move on to Alonso and is back into the points. He could win this race, you know. He really, really could. As, well, there we go. That's okay. Job done there. Just don't lock up again, please, K-Mag. Yeah, it's going to be, we're going to have to figure out what lap it is we would want to come in for a soft tyre if that is indeed what we want to do. And make sure we don't leave it too late to make a move like that. Oh, he's sticking one down the inside of Norris. It's not quite there. He's got overtake on. Now he's behind Hamilton. Can he get back ahead of the Mercedes, which is ultimately our battle for this season? We'll try and leave him on overtake for a little bit longer till we get to DRS. We don't probably need the tyre thing on anymore. And there we go. He's cruising down the inside of one Mercedes. There's George Russell, the other one. And the battery is now empty, which means Sargeant will empty his battery soon as well. And he's got a good run. He's down the inside. That should be that. And here come everybody now into the pits. So let's see where this shakes out now. K-Mag is going to go 4th. Sargeant into 8th. We can win this race. So here we go. Logan Sargeant overtaking Lewis Hamilton to have both of the Haas's ahead of both the Mercedes now, which is excellent news. And we also now have K-Mag right behind Sainz, who is the lead car in the Ferrari. Bottas in front of us. Magnussen's also done the fastest lap of the race. And this is shaping up very, very nicely. If we can keep the car on the track, which is always the big caveat of drivers, isn't it? But it is a very good opportunity here to not just win a race, but potentially even get a double podium. The car is quick. Verstappen is out, and Leclerc and Red Bull, and the other Red Bull, I should say, Perez, are stuck midfield. Oh, this could be a memorable day. And here we go now. So we have going into 4th place, Logan Sargeant, past Alonso, and we now have Haas running 3rd and 4th. This is very, very nice indeed. Alright, now we have been charging K-Mag's battery behind these guys. We are now going for an overtake. We're going to try and make a play for the lead of this race. And hopefully the idea is to just break the DRS and hopefully just sort of cruise along then in the front. But it is proving difficult to get past with this DRS train. This is maybe our best chance out of this corner if we get a good drive, but it's just not quite happening for us right now. Sargeant is he's struggling to break the DRS to Alonso and co. He is faster, obviously, because he's staying in front even with the DRS, but it's just proving a little bit difficult to break free. Here we go, K-Mag up the inside of Bottas. Can he get it done? Oh, not quite, not quite. He's got him out of position here, though, now, defending at the inside. And we might even be able to get a double overtake done here because we're not going to have DRS for the car in front, and not quite, and we're almost out of battery as well. Can he get it done now? He goes up the inside, and that might be K-Mag into the lead of the race. It is. He's got a double overtake done in a couple of corners. And Kevin Magnussen from the back of the grid, he was last on lap 1. He now leads the Dutch Grand Prix. What a drive this has been from K-Mag. Another safety car. Another safety car. Okay, well, what has happened here? Let's ignore it for now.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently
I don't know what's happened here. We'll harvest and we'll... Now, is this safety car going to be enough to get us home on this set of tyres? It just might be, you know. We're in a solid enough position right now that we don't need to make any... you know, we're leading. I'm a little bit concerned. Ricciardo is the man that has crashed. It's touch and go, isn't it? It is touch and go. If we were to... It's too soon for a soft tyre, isn't it? Hang on, let's have a look at strategy view here. If we were to add a new stint of a soft tyre from here... Now, bearing in mind, we would have a couple of laps of safety car here. Where would he come out? So let's see, if we call him in... We would expect him to come out in 11th. But he would be quick. I don't know that that's our play just now. But could it be the play for Sargeant? He's borderline if he's going to make it. Now, that probably means he's borderline if he's going to make it on a soft tyre as well, wouldn't it? But he would be quicker. Let's see. It's such a strange race, isn't it? It really, really is. So if we were to call him in now... He would come out 12th from 4th. Okay, I don't love that, I don't think. We're sitting quite pretty right now. We're going to save some tyres behind the safety car. Let's just stay like this. Okay, so safety car is in this lap. Now, we're going to deploy with K-Mag to try and break free of the DRS. And then we've got Logan Sargeant here. If he can get a move done, we might put him on overtake, maybe. Let's put him on... deploy as well. Let's see if we can get this 1-2 going. And here we go. K-Mag goes. What can we do here? Can we get an early move done up the inside of Bottas? Not quite. Now, what we don't want to do, of course, is kind of ruin everything by sticking it in the wall. I think if we get another safety car, if we've got a bigger gap, I think maybe we go for it. Because it'll be more, we can attack more, and everybody else's tyres will be that much older again. Yeah, I mean, this is saying we should get there. K-Mag has broken that DRS already, so we'll stick him back to neutral. Can we get a move done now here with Sargeant? It doesn't look like that is quite going to happen. Let's leave it here. We are good into this corner, and there he is, up into 3rd for Logan Sargeant. Excellent work. We will save a little bit of his ERS. We won't go full in here. We do have a little bit of extra petrol to burn off here as well, which is good. But, well, K-Mag is driving away. Sargeant is all over the back of a Ferrari. And Verstappen's out. We should have DRS coming on the line this lap. There it is. So we'll see if that helps us get Sargeant past Sainz. Again, it's saying we should be fine to get to the end. How's our tyre life compare to everybody else? Magnussen is a little bit behind. Sargeant's actually fine. Now, he does burn through tyres a little bit quicker, but he should be absolutely fine. We could maybe, even with K-Mag, look to preserve a little bit of tyre life, but we'll see how we go. I'd feel a little bit more comfortable doing that with Sargeant in second, I think. Here we go with DRS. Can he get a move done on the Ferrari? He sticks the nose in. Now, can he just sort of upset him a little bit into the final corner here? Not really. But with DRS, he should be able to get this done down the front straight. Here we go, Sargeant past Carlos Sainz. And we have a Haas 1-2 at Zandvoort. This is magnificent stuff from our boys. Now, just please, for the love of God, keep it on the track. Okay, so we have 8.5 laps to go. Magnussen's tyres are becoming a problem. We've put him on to preserve. We've really got to try and eke those out. Sargeant is doing a little bit better in terms of tyre life, but he does have Carlos Sainz. He's been unable to break away from him. He's still all over the back of him. So they've gone back and forth a few times. I feel like Sargeant is the faster car. Sainz is in the pits. Oh, they're all pitting. All the guys on K-Mag strategy are pitting. So, I mean, K-Mag's going to the end. There's just no question about that. Let's just make sure that our two guys are now going to get there. We've got a nice little gap. If we look back, we can't see. Let's go to the bigger view here. You can see a nice gap back there to Leclerc and Perez. And, well, now it's just about conserving things and getting these cars to the end. That is what this is all about. Sargeant's tyres, we can put him on conserve as well. I think, do we tell them to hold position? What sort of lap times are these guys coming at us quickly? They are coming at us quite quickly. This is going to be a nervous end to this race. There is about 5 laps to go when we cross the line this time. Perez and Leclerc are coming for us. And do we have enough to see them off? Low fuel range, that's fine. That's fine. We've backed things off. It should be absolutely fine. K-Mag's tyres have now hit the cliff.
Fuel.
Yeah, you can see fuel's not going to be a problem. K-Mag's tyres, they may very well be a problem. There are the other 2 cars. We'll go to double speed. This is going to be a nervous finish to this race. They are coming at us, and they are coming at us quickly. Now, Sargeant does have a little bit of ERS. They're getting into... Let's go put that on defend. They're getting into DRS range here, which is not ideal. And K-Mag is about to start at the end of this lap, the final lap. Does Sargeant have enough? Does he have enough? Does he have enough tyre life? Does he have enough anything to hold off these 2 cars coming? K-Mag should be okay at this point. Here comes... Oh, the battery's empty at the perfectly wrong time. We couldn't have asked for a worse time, but he has just about hung on. K-Mag is on the last lap. It is Haas 1. It is Haas 2. And Sargeant, if you can defend this, mate, I will love you forever. Come on, Logan. Come on, Logan. Oh, he's let him up the inside, has he? No, Logan! And can he now stop? Oh, Leclerc's got him as well. Deploy. Can he get it back? Can he get it back? I don't think he can. The ERS is empty. It's not going to quite happen for Sargeant on the podium, it doesn't look like. But K-Mag should have done enough. Here he comes around the final corner, and Kevin Magnussen wins at the Dutch Grand Prix. And it will be Sargeant in 4th. Unlucky for him. Just didn't have the tyres at the end there. But what a day for Haas. So it says up 2 spots for K-Mag. It was last to first. He locked up on the first lap, put himself to the back of the field, and in the end, he has driven back superbly to win the race. Now, yes, we were helped with Verstappen crashing out, but, well, it was just brilliant, wasn't it? Really, really good. Sargeant in 4th. Yeah, maybe we stopped him a little bit too early under that safety car, but I think we had to do it, although he was racing Leclerc and Perez, and they've ended up coming back past him. So maybe that was a little bit wrong. It's one of those in hindsight, you know, you just never know. But yeah, there we go. That is huge. Now we have a look at the drivers. K-Mag stays in 4th, only now 4 points behind Leclerc though, which is good. And Sargeant moves himself back inside the top 10 up to 9th. And if we look at the constructors, well, that leaves Mercedes in our tail dust, doesn't it? We have pulled out a massive 33 points on them this race, and it's not done yet, obviously. They could easily have a swing like that back towards them, but that is a very, very nice chunk of points indeed. Very, very nice. All right, so that is that done. If you have enjoyed a 1st and 4th in the Dutch Grand Prix, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We've got development points for Sargeant. Have we got development points for Crawford? Not this time around. And, well, I will see you next time. It is going to be, if I was guessing, which I am, the Italian Grand Prix. But I could be missing another one in there somewhere. But we'll see you for the next race. That was a good one. Let's hope the next one is almost as good. Take care.